When I had my first baby in 2019, I thought that was the hardest season, and in many ways it was. Everything was new. I was learning to nurse, to swaddle, to function on 2 hours of sleep. I was healing physically and emotionally from birth while also trying to keep the house in order, be a good wife and partner. It's hard to do it all at once, even with just one baby. But here's what people don't tell you about postpartum with older kids around. At that time, you're not just recovering, you're also potty training, you're making snacks and lunches, you're maybe mediating meltdowns and tantrums. If you have toddlers, you know what I mean. Maybe driving your older kids to extracurriculars while trying to keep to a newborn feeding schedule, right? So maybe you're holding your newborn who won't sleep unless they're on your chest. Maybe you're trying to read a book to your toddler who keeps interrupting every 30 seconds. Like that's actually what I'm going through right now, and it's super frustrating. But it's a lot, right? And if you're in that moment, suddenly postpartum isn't a bubble of bonding and healing, it's a juggling act, and you have guilt kind of laced through everything, right? So becoming a new parent is hard enough as it is, but let me tell you, adding a third child, that was a plot twist I did not see coming. People around you may shrug their shoulders and say, oh, she's done it before, she knows what she's doing. But that can't be further from the truth. And while, yes, in some ways things are a little bit easier this time around, I'm not as paranoid, for example, to sterilize everything like I was the first time, but in many ways it is harder, right? You think you've seen it all, maybe sleepless nights, cluster feedings, diaper blowouts, you name it. You've juggled maybe two crying kids, holding them both at the same time, one on each hip, right? You've survived. But when that third baby arrives, it's not just one more, it's a full shift in family dynamics because now you're outnumbered. There's always someone wanting, always someone waiting, and the math, it never really quite works because you only have two hands, and now you have at least three little people wanting something, three or more. So now you're not just managing a baby and a toddler, you're navigating three different developmental stages, maybe teething, maybe potty regression, maybe school homework, sometimes all in the same hour. And, at the same time, you're trying to prepare dinner, you're trying to do bath time, you're trying to stick to a bedtime routine so that your older kids don't feel like everything has changed. And somewhere in that chaos, you're still not 100%, you're not even 50%. Physically, you're still healing, emotionally, you're still tired, mentally, you're still overwhelmed, you're still trying to figure out your new routine, still trying to find the time to take a quick shower, still looking in the mirror, trying to recognize that new person staring back at you. So yes, postpartum with multiple kids is different, especially if you don't have that village. And so here's what I wish someone had told me, maybe even grabbed me by the shoulders and said gently but firmly. Number one, postpartum does not have a finish line. You don't simply bounce back, you rebuild. Slowly and sometimes in pieces. If anything, your body might need more time, especially after multiple births. And postpartum lasts longer than anyone tells you, even after the meal train ends, even when the check-ins stop, and they do. The first couple of weeks after you have a baby, everybody's checking in with you, but eventually that, gradually kind of falls off. But you're still healing. It doesn't mean that that the postpartum is over. You're still healing. You're still in it. And it's not just 6 weeks. 6 weeks is absurd. Like here in Canada, we have a 6-week postpartum checkup, right? Your body doesn't heal in 6 weeks. That's crazy. Sometimes it takes months. Sometimes it takes a year or longer, depending on the type of delivery that you had. And that's okay. It's all a process, and you're allowed to be in that process. Number two is you'll grieve, even when you're grateful. And that grief is multifaceted and is so complicated. You may not even understand it fully. You're going to miss your old self, your independence, maybe your rhythm with your older child. That doesn't make you ungrateful. It just makes you human. And in my case, when my second was born, my first was still a baby herself. And I remember this ache, realizing that our little two-person world had shifted forever. Nobody really talks about that heartbreak, even when you're filled with joy for your new baby. It's okay to miss that version of your life that existed before. That doesn't mean you love your new baby any less. Just remember, missing what was doesn't mean you love what is any less. Number three, Asking for help is not weakness. With each baby, you think you should have figured it out by now, but no. Every baby is different. Every recovery is different. Letting people help, even if it's just someone watching the baby so you can shower, it's not giving up control. It's allowing yourself to be taken care of as well. And if you have people that are willing to help you and are able to help, let them. Number four, sleep deprivation is a mental health issue. It's not just part of the gig or part of motherhood. Sleep deprivation affects everything: your memory, your mood, your patience. Ask for help. Trade off with your partner if you can. Maybe he can take the night shift, right? Lower the bar wherever you can. Number five is guilt. The guilt will hit differently. Guilt for not maybe giving enough to your newborn, guilt for not giving enough to your toddler, guilt for snapping at your toddler, guilt for yourself feeling overstimulated and touched out. But guilt isn't a measure of your love. It's just a signal that you care very deeply and probably need some care too. Number six is your partner can't read your mind. Look, my husband is incredibly intuitive and wonderfully supportive, but he can't read my mind. Say the thing, ask for the help, use your words, even when it's awkward, because resentment grows in that silence and you don't want to get to that place. And finally, number seven, you won't always feel like this. Even if it feels endless, it's not. Even if it feels like there's no light at the end of the tunnel, there is. This version of hard has an expiry date. It's such a short season of life. And once it's over, the next one will simply take its place. Trust me, you're going to blink and the next season will show up at your doorstep. And here's the truth: postpartum isn't just about healing from birth, it's about reintroducing yourself to yourself. It's about becoming a mother again while rediscovering the parts of you that exist outside of motherhood. It's learning to mother each new baby while still mothering your older kids, while still mothering yourself, and while still growing yourself. It's not easy and it's not meant to be done alone. So if you're walking through the season right now, or maybe you're bracing for it, hear this. You're doing such an incredible job, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. Give yourself some grace. Take the nap if it's possible. Cry in the bathroom if you need to. I've done it before. Let your toddler have more screen time than usual. That's okay. It doesn't just have to be Montessori educational activities. Screen time has saved my sanity time and time again. Another thing that you can do is order the takeout. Don't feel bad about it. I love home cooked meals, but every time we order pizza, or sometimes we make like homemade pizza, it's like a party at our house. My kids love that more than anything. You don't have to do it all. You just have to make it through, one little moment at a time. If you're in your own postpartum season, I would love to hear how it's going. What surprised you? Maybe there's something that you wish somebody had told you. And maybe you can include it in the comments, because sometimes when people are watching, if they're going through a hard time, maybe somebody will read your comments and it will lift them up. Or just say hello. I'd love to hear from you. Yeah, thank you again for spending this time with me. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.